Mission Impossible Fallout was directed by Chris McQuarrie, and I do know my Ghost Protocol and Rogue Nation reviews are not out yet. They will be during this weekend. This is the sixth film in the Mission Impossible franchise, 22 years after the first one came out. In the time that we've had these movies, they've evolved consistently. They've almost gotten better with each movie. I think Rogue Nation so far arguably is the best one. I want to say Ghost Protocol a little bit more though. But I want to keep my thoughts on the plot of Fallout very vague. I don't want to go too much into it because the trailers don't really give you the plot too. They're kind of sketchy in terms of the details. All you need to know is that from the last movie, Solomon Lane is still alive. And he has a scheme of sorts which is coming into execution along with the help of certain other people who are new to the game. The CIA is now, along with the IMF, trying to catch out whoever is responsible for carrying out these missions in Lane's absence, an anonymous man, and one of the agents is Henry Cavill, and Henry Cavill may or may not be after Ethan Hunt. That's what the trailers kind of give you. I know I'm sounding super vague about this, but for rightful reasons, I don't really want to give too much away in case you've not seen the trailers or you've not seen the movie yet. Now, 3 years ago, we had a little movie called Mad Max Fury Road, and if you ever saw that movie, you know for a fact that most people call it the best action movie of the decade and one of the best ever made. And that's true. It is a fantastic movie. It's a masterpiece. It's one of the best movies ever made. But there was a standard when Fury Road came out. See, the time Fury Road came out, it confirmed something that audiences already knew. People don't want to be treated as stupid. They want to be in the know. They want to relate to the movie on their own terms and explore the plot in that sense. They don't want to be spoon-fed the details. They don't want to be told in exposition scenes about what's going to happen. You never want to treat your audience as if they're idiots. You want them to go for themselves and be with you in this story that you're telling. Fallout really does continue that trend because once again, we have a movie here which doesn't think the audience is foolish. It gives you your action, it gives you your awesomeness, the suspense, it gives you the thrills, some of the best in a long time, if I may say so. But it never treats you like you are somebody there just to see those things. It gives you very smartly done action with a very good plot, which has a very tangled web attached to it, and the way it builds around that thing is amazing. This movie's full of constant plot twists and plot turns and constantly giving you surprises upon surprises at every turn it can. For a long time, you'll think something is happening and you'll be convinced that this is the plot of the movie, and yet somewhere in the middle of the film, they'll be like, no, there's something else. And that is what Fallout does so brilliantly. It keeps you in the know, but it surprises you when it needs to with some excellently done twists, and that is just in due to great writing. Christopher McQuarrie, I should say his full name, has done something incredible here. He also directed Rogue Nation, which I thought was phenomenal, and I think he's topped his game here by a mile. This is such a well done movie. And the action sequences in this also, I have to say, are the best of the franchise, by far. There is the helicopter sequence, which has been teased a lot, and all I'm going to say about that is you haven't seen anything. Do you think the trailers show you a bit? No, you've seen nothing. There's so much craziness in that scene, as well as other scenes. No action sequence is without its merits. And Tom Cruise, he's 56 now. I still can't believe he did all of this himself. There's the infamous stunt which was publicized everywhere about how he was jumping across rooftops and he broke his ankle. And yes, that take exists for that scene, and that is in the movie. You see the ankle break and he's still running after that happens. The helicopter stunt is all him. Like, it's quite amazing the fact that this man has such a range of doing these stunts. Henry Cavill is great in that way. He really tries to do the best he can to match up to that level of insane practical stunts. And for the most part, he does really, really good. And again, I'm surprised that a lot of the people involved in this movie went so practical. And I'm glad they went practical. If this was more CGI effect heavy, I feel like it would have taken out of the film. But so much of this is in camera. The cinematography is the best of the franchise as well. There's a lot of those best in the franchise things for this particular installment. The film is glorious to look at. If you want to see this movie, I would suggest watching it in IMAX. They've even filmed certain sequences in the IMAX format, which is beautiful. The action, like I said, is the best of the franchise as well, and some of the best I've seen in years. There is no dull moment in this movie, and the pace is relentless. This has some of the best pacing I've seen in a modern blockbuster in a long time. It never stops. This is a 2.5 hour movie, that 2 hours and 27 minutes, in fact, that never feels like 2 hours and 27 minutes. By the time it's over, you're like, no, I want more of this movie. I don't even have many issues with the movie. In fact, I don't think I have any major issue with the movie. Maybe a few gripes here and there, but nothing that really is like terrible. Nothing that is absolutely grade shattering or anything. And before I continue on with some other aspects, or maybe just go to the final grade, Henry Cavill's mustache, that $25 million thing, it's there. What else do you want me to say about it? It's a mustache. There's really nothing more you can say beyond that. In the end, Mission Impossible Fallout, guys, drop everything you're doing and go see this movie. It just goes to show you that action movies can be done like this. Not everything has to be a Michael Bay movie. Not everything has to be very spoon-fed to you. It has to be something more intelligent, and this is an intelligent movie with a great plot, with great characters, great direction, great twists, great suspense, and oh, the score, by the way. Lorne Balfe, I believe, has composed this one. This is probably my favorite score in the franchise. Forgot to mention that a little bit. I'm gonna give Mission Impossible Fallout a 10 out of 10. Guys, thank you for watching. Look forward to those last 2 reviews I had to do for Mission Impossible over the weekend. I'll get them done. I was busy playing Last of Us. I finally played it, and it was everything that I ever wanted it to be. It was beautiful and so well done. I suddenly, yeah, I can't wait for the second one. Guys, thank you very much, and as always, if you like this, please do subscribe, and I'll see you guys at the movies. That was separate.